And as I've stated before, I'm dismayed that some of the best American companies believe that they need special programs and carve-outs like XM to remain competitive on the global stage, as opposed to dealing with what I believe are the true hurdles, tax reform as well as regulatory reform. If we allow a select few companies to determine the outcome of the XM Bank, what happens when we do try to work out the reform of our tax code? What happens when we actually try to close loopholes? How can we address social entitlement programs if Congress is unwilling to address corporate entitlement programs as well?
We had a rather robust discussion about XM's support of China. I think there's currently, at the end of the last fiscal year, $4.5 billion in exposure to China, and I think the vast majority of that, according to your records, is to state-owned enterprises. Several members ask you about how to essentially ask the question, including myself, how are we supposed to compete with China by subsidizing China? And your reply was, sir, it's a complicated world out there. Let me try to ask simple questions then. In your opinion, do state-owned, XM-supported foreign airlines like Air China compete with American carriers and their employees?
Well, we deploy an economic impact review anytime we do a loan to any.
I understand that, sir. I'm just asking your opinion. Do you believe they compete or not?
Everybody's competing for airline passengers, yes.
Okay, so you believe that China Air is competing with American carriers. How about the XM-supported foreign refineries like Star Refinery in Turkey compete with American refiners?
Yes, it's a global world, sir.
Okay, in your testimony you state more than once, and you said in your oral testimony, that XM doesn't pick winners and losers. I don't know what's on your schedule for this afternoon. I would commend that you stick around for the second panel. Maybe you would change your mind, because when you finance a state-owned airline, you are making Boeing a winner and Delta a loser. You can hear Delta's testimony later on today. When you finance a Turkish refinery, you make Fluor a winner, you make Valero a loser. When you finance an Australian mining project, you make Caterpillar a winner, you make Cliffs Natural Resources a loser. You can hear their testimony later on today. And according to the Congressional Budget Office, if you were forced to use fair value accounting like the rest of America, you would be making the taxpayer a loser as well.
Okay, thank you. Mr. McCarthy, a one-word answer may be okay since my time is running out. Do you have you found that there is waste and fraud and abuse in the XM Bank?
We're the Inspector General. We always find waste, fraud, and abuse.
You have 37 ongoing investigations for fraud and corruption right now. There have been about 66 years of prison time that's been dished out to these folks over the last 5 years, and about $224 million of fines. Now, there was a bank employee not long ago that accepted $78,000 in cash as a bribe to help folks out, foreign companies out, to receive your credit, your cheap credit, and I guess he's going to be sentenced in July. There was a former member of Congress who's in jail in Louisiana right now. And they found $90,000 of cash in his freezer that was associated with lending practices at the bank. So I'm asking myself, Mr. Hochberg, I represent 650,000 of the hardest working, most honest people that you could ever find in this country in the Maine 2nd District. And now you come before us. And the only way we have accountability, or we can hold you accountable, is to determine whether or not we reauthorize your charter. I'd like to find out how I can go back to the people that I represent with this trail of mismanagement, ongoing mismanagement, and vote to reauthorize your bank.